In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting and review of the newest edition of Lagrimas Del Valle's La Sabina, right here on the Tequila Hombre. Coming up next. Hello and welcome to the internet's only source for unbiased, unbought, unpaid for, honest reviews on tequila and agave spirits. You've got it right here, the Tequila Hombre. And today we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of the newest edition of Lagrimas Del Valle's La Sabina. So they sent me the plata, and the reposado. Or reposado, or however you want to say it, reposado. So we're gonna be diving into these today. Sorry, a little silly today. Let's have a little fun. It's tequila after all. Tequila is supposed to be fun. So I'm not gonna get into all the details about this, how this tequila is made, because it's been made just like the other versions. The only difference is that they sourced the agave for the first time from Guanajuato, and they're really excited about that because, you know, there's not too many tequila companies in Guanajuato. Majority of them come from the state of Jalisco. So Guanajuato is kind of an interesting and fun place. So the agave for these are from Guanajuato. Now, so the reason why we talk about where the agave are from is because a term that they like to use is terroir or terroir. You have to use that French terroir because it comes, you know, from wine, and they use it a lot in wine, but it's how the earth and environment around where the agave grow affects the flavor profile of the agave and of the tequila. So the Lagrimas del Valle is an experiment in terroir. So they are terroir. So they source agave from different places to show you what the difference is. Now, this is from Guanajuato. They've done some other states and stuff before as well. I kind of like the El Sabino, the last one. I think was probably one of my favorite expressions for them. But we're going to dive into this one and see what this one's got in store for us and see if it's as good as El Sabino was when we tried that one. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into the tasting portion. If you want to know about how this tequila is made, I'll put some links to the other reviews for Lagrimas del Valle in the description so you can watch those. When I talk about how it's made, I just don't want to keep repeating myself and repeating stuff that you've already been exposed to. So, and if you haven't been exposed to it, then what are you doing? You should be watching more of my videos. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tasting portion and see what this tequila is all about. Oh, and by the way, you know, we were talking about terroir or terroir. Terroir. It's a term that's used in winemaking, and there's a lot of things that are identical in the making of wine and tequila. So I've been diving down to deep hole and ventured into making wine and learning about making wine. So look for some content about winemaking, and also look for some content about how similar and almost identical making wine is as tequila. Making tequila. There's a reason why tequila originally, before it was called tequila, it was called vino de mezcal de tequila. So there's a reason. So we're going to go over some of that stuff. So if you want to learn, take a dive deep down and learn about tequila production and learn about wine production and similarities, and if you are a wine person and we're wondering about tequila, you know, maybe tequila would be a really nice spirit for you to look into, because the similarities that it has with wine, if you're a wine lover. So we're going to be getting into that. So look for some more interesting wine content that we're going to be doing on the channel, to give you some more in-depth education as to what actually goes into the making of tequila and why there's so many similarities between them. It's kind of interesting. And the more that I've gotten into it, the more I have master tequileros that are reaching out to me going, "Oh, I see you're doing wine. I do wine too," and blah blah blah. So it's like I'm talking with some other tequileros about making wine. So let's take a look. This is the Blanco. Let's take a look at it in the Plata. Let's take a look at it in the glass. Coats the glass beautifully. Look at that. So it's gonna have a nice viscous mouthfeel to it. Looks really nice, crystal clear, no floaties, anything in it. Now this is 45%. No, 46% alcohol by volume. So it's 46% ABV. So that puts it at a whole 92 proof. All right, so we saw how it looks. Looks really good. It's gonna have this. You can see how the legs and tears coming down on it now. Look at that. Looks beautiful. So let's see how it smells now. Pick up the aromas and stuff on it. Whoa, nice. Really nice, rich, cooked agave notes coming through. So you get that beautiful sweet cinnamon note that comes through. And baking spices like cloves, nutmeg. It has a minerality to it that's just really nice as well. So you know they're using some nice mineral rich water. It's very fruity. It has nice fruit notes to it. I'm trying to pick what fruit I think it's would knows the most like. Now, let me see. Almost like a pear. It's got pear, like a sweet pear note on it. And almost like a pomegranate as well. Really nice fruit notes that are coming through on it for me. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor profile now. This is my first sip of tequila for the day, so of course I'm gonna need to acclimate my mouth to 46% alcohol by volume. So we don't look for any flavor notes and stuff to start. You just get your mouth, get used to 46% alcohol. All right, we're ready to go. Salud. Really nice, oily, creamy mouthfeel to it. Definitely picking up that beautiful sweet cinnamon note that's coming through on it. Little hint of anise bitterness in there. A little hint of like orange pith, so citrus peel in there. Nice vanilla-ish, caramel-ish kind of note coming through too. So you can tell when they cook the agave, they got some caramelization of the sugars in there, because it lends itself to more of like a vanilla and sugar note, but not like, additives or anything like that. It's a really nice Blanco. This is really enjoyable. It's a Plata. This is really nice Plata. Something definitely I could sit and enjoy. Sipping. It'd go great with a stogie if you're a stogie smoker like I am. This is really nice. So yeah, this is good. I definitely. What's kind of interesting to this too is there's kind of a salinity to it. So I'm picking up like almost some salt notes in there from the mineralness. So you get that sweet cinnamon note followed by a salinity, like a saltiness, which is kind of interesting. And then you pick up almost like a vanilla caramel note in there as well. It's delicious. It's really good. So I like the Blanco. So let's see what we get from the Repo. All right. So we're going to take a look at the Reposado now. Reposado means rested, just so you know. So it's rested in a barrel. And the length of time that tequila can be rested is from 2 weeks up to 12 months. Once it hits 12 months, it becomes an añejo. So reposado means rested. It's rested in a barrel. There's a little bit of heat from the Blancos in the chest. It feels nice. It's not like a bad burning, but just a nice heat to it. All right, so looking at this in the glass, let's see what we get. Look at that. Coats the glass beautifully. Nice legs and tears starting to form. So it's going to be just as viscous as the Blanco was, which is good. It should be even a little more viscous because the wood will impart some tannins and mouthfeel and stuff to the spirit. Look at that. Looks amazing. Looking at the tequila itself, it is a light straw color. Crystal clear. Looks beautiful. All right, so on the nose. Wow, the nose is a lot more subdued on this. But I am getting vanilla and some caramel notes, and then wow, the nose kind of disappeared on this one. Okay, little cinnamon and baking spices in there. And then some vanilla and caramel notes coming through as well. And almost like a slight cherry note in there as well. But it's a lot more subdued. And what happens with these barrels when they char the barrel, it acts as a charcoal filter. So a lot of times it'll filter some stuff out. So that's probably what happened here. But the nose on this is a lot more subdued, but it's okay because you're buying your tequila to drink it, not to sniff it. So here we go. Let's see what we get on the flavor profile. Salud. Oh, yeah. Really silky, satiny mouthfeel to it. Coats the mouth incredibly well. Beautiful. It just oozes over your tongue and wow. I'm getting light cinnamon notes, but just a beautiful caramel note that's coming over the top and just kind of, it's like taking a craft caramel and putting it on your tongue and just kind of letting it sit. And it just kind of melts and coats your tongue. That's what I'm getting from this. It is super rich and creamy. The barrel that they used for these, the barrels, whatever, they still had a lot of nice vanilla in them and stuff. And it's really representing well in this. If you're somebody that likes the really strong vanilla and caramel notes that come out of a barrel, not artificial stuff, but from the barrel, you're going to love this. This is a really nice reposado. This is something that's up my alley. I love a nice barrel presence, and especially when it influences a plata like this is. This is really good. So I could sit and enjoy this with a nice stogie and just sit and sip it all day. It's beautiful. It's really nice. This would be good for an after dinner reposado, which you don't talk about after dinner reposados that much. But this would be really nice after dinner reposado to sit and have a good stogie, sipping on this, hanging out with some friends by a campfire, singing songs, telling stories about the Old West. You know how it goes. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. Lagrimas del Valle. I think this is my favorite expression, my favorite expressions that they've done from them. This repo is definitely my favorite Lagrimas Del Valle repo. It's delicious. So I give the repo a solid 4.5 agaves. I'd give the blanco a solid 4 agaves. Really nice addition. Definitely something I think that if you're a solid blanco drinker, if you're somebody that loves a nice reposado that's got a really nice barrel influence on it, then this will be right up your alley. It's delicious. And if you're a former bourbon drinker that likes the vanilla and caramel notes that you get from like the barrel for bourbons and stuff, you'd love this too. This would be right up your alley. So there you go. If you've tried La Sabina and you feel the same way, comment below. Let me know. I'd love to hear what your thoughts were on it. If you're new to the channel and you like the information I gave you, or even if you're a regular and you like the information that I provided, click the thumbs up and give me a like. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new to the channel and you like unbiased, honest reviews like this one, they didn't pay me a dime. They just sent me the bottles and say, we'd love to hear what you think, your honest review. That's exactly what they got. Then you've come to the right place. This is the only place I know of that gives honest, unbiased reviews. I don't receive money from any brands. My money comes from you guys watching and from my memberships on the Discord and on YouTube. And that's how I'm funded. So, and if that's what you're looking for, then make sure you click the subscribe button right there and the notification bell next to it. And you get notified every time I post a new honest review, an unbiased review, as well as any informational videos that will give you information that you need to ensure that you don't buy something you're going to regret. And until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So hey, if you want to pick up the Lagrimas del Valle La Sabina, Repo, and Plata, I highly recommend it. They're delicious. Bye, guys. Salud.